Welcome back. I'm mildly creeped out because it's been a little while, and I didn't realize it played like flashbacks of creepy shit like that.
I didn't know it did that, and I'm wondering if it's doing that because we're partly through the game.
Well, yeah, because we've been all these places.
We've been to some of these places, yeah, but I mean, we didn't play it in the start when we actually had a load save game, but I mean, it might be doing that because of it, which is really cool, but I have no idea.
Anyway.
Oh, that's right. We're back in the Hawkins, man. It's been a while since we've actually played.
Well, you can see the date.
You can actually see the date. It's been almost a month.
Yeah.
Almost a month. Just shy. So what the hell did we just finish?
We just talked with the lady. What's her name? She was kind of nice to us in the bar. No, she wasn't.
No, she wasn't? We're getting like almost a free... She threatens us.
No, that's a different lady, yeah. No, it's the lady who helped us escape the asylum, and then the
we just escaped the asylum, right?
Yeah.
So we just got to that point. Okay, so I'm caught back up now. Yeah, because we stopped like right here before we actually talked to these people.
I think I have the talking in the last one, but I don't know.
Possibly.
Let us go now and learn the truth about what's happening on this island.
Sure thing, Mary Colvin.
Oh no, it's saved after the conversation.
The other night's events are still confused in my head.
Yeah, that dude's super dead.
Okay.
So I accidentally like got this parts of this game spoiled for me, cause my girlfriend bought it. She's been in a few videos. Nicole. She bought it. She wanted to play as well, and I tried my best to kind of like ignore the game as she was playing it, because I wasn't gonna like, oh no, you can't play this because you know, only I am allowed to, I can't be in the room while it's played, so you can't play it. I'm not going to be that way. So I was watching like Netflix on my tablet like a 10-year-old, trying to ignore her. So some stuff spoiled for me, but I didn't see the like last couple chapters, because I'd have to glance up occasionally and I would see what she's doing, and I actually kind of helped her with some stuff because some of it is kind of confusing. But I need to put this pen down. I'm messing with it.
What can I do for you, sir?
Mrs. Sanders, I'm a private detective. We must talk about your husband and his ties to Sarah Hawkins. Can I come in?
Oh yeah, it's that guy that got his crap pushed in by the devil.
However, before we go any further, please know that my husband died yesterday.
That is precisely what brings me.
So please don't be a dick.
Well.
It's
look
Cat.
who's here.
Look what the me drug in.
You should kind of feel a little bad for that.
I kind of forgot like how crap
You
some of
know
the
each
animation
other.
is in this.
Our paths crossed, briefly. The brave detective has a talent for sticking his nose into my business.
We talked once.
I bump into her every time I'm investigating someone's death.
Super
It's a
odd.
small island, detective. My island. It's better that it's you bumping into me.
You're investigating Francis' death. Why? Who hired you?
I spoke to Francis before he died. His story suggests a link to a case I'm working on.
Well, since this business has got nothing to do with me, I'll be in your husband's office, Irene. We'll carry on later.
Very well, Miss Baker.
Nah, Baker.
This way, Mr. Pierce.
I wonder if she knows the
And do make
candlestick
yourself
maker.
comfortable. It would seem that you have
Classic
much to
Alice
tell me.
joke. She makes dumb jokes like that shit all the time.
I think I'm physically getting more ill.
May I inquire as to when you had the opportunity to talk to my husband?
She kind of looks like an
Yesterday.
overripe banana.
I met him at the hospital. He spoke to me about Sarah
The
Hawkins.
weird fur thing she has around her
Oh.
neck is like super odd too.
Of course he spoke to you about her. That's all he talked about. Sarah
also
Hawkins and
looking
her paintings.
It's like a PS3 game.
Please forgive my tone. The fact is that I have not been allowed to see him since he was interned. You, on the other hand, a perfect stranger, were able to see him and even talk with him the day he died. How was he?
Violently died.
Were you present when he had this attack? What happened?
Well, you know, I'm gonna go with the thing.
I moved my microphone. The not mean thing of saying he died screaming. Yeah, I think that would be not the best choice.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go with the.
What happened to your husband is
whatever.
terrible, Mrs. Sanders. But from what I saw, it was inevitable. The man I met yesterday had lost his reason. He suffers no longer, if you would allow me such a platitude.
Of course.
Ooh.
Thank you for your kind words.
Destiny.
Oh.
Nobody in that hospital would have deigned to
There's a
speak
number
them
of
to me.
those.
However, it will require more than that to soothe my mind. I need to
Barbiturates?
understand. How could this happen? In a reputed institute? And right before your eyes? Did you not do anything to help him?
It was a demon that did it.
Test eloquence?
Ooh. The true culprit is Fuller. It wasn't me who sent him there. I don't know. Go for it.
Yeah, fuck it.
It's terrible what happened to your husband, but I had nothing to do with it. I was injured, and I came across him in the hospital quite by chance.
Yeah, it's not my fault
Injured?
your husband died.
Well, I'm delighted to see you in such fine fettle, Detective. Not everybody enjoyed such a prompt recovery.
I suppose Fuller does do miracles now and again.
Luck is obviously
This crazy
very
ass man
kind to you. Oh, I'm tired, Mr. Pierce. I would be grateful if you could tell me what you expect
I
of
don't know
me,
if that went good or
and
bad.
then leave.
Oh yeah, the shambler.
Did your husband talk to you about Sarah Hawkins' visitor? A shambler, to use his precise terms.
Well, you can't imagine that's all he talked about. It's exhibited at the center of the gallery. No better place for the painting that endowed him with the privilege of such a shameful and miserable end to his life.
Hold on. The Shambler is a painting by Sarah Hawkins.
Who else to paint such horrors? Take a look for yourself, if you feel so inclined.
Ooh, we got
It is my
permission.
only lead at this stage. I suppose I have nothing to lose.
Then you have paid no heed. For my part, I refuse to set foot in that gallery again. But if you're so eager to see it...
Thank you, Mrs. Sanders. I won't be long.
Tell the Colonel I said hello. Oh man, I've been waiting for a while to say that.
I'm very confused.
What, Sanders?
No. what
Did
you
she
said.
really care for him after
Colonel
all?
Sanders?
Oh.
Kentucky Fried Chicken?
I don't really eat Kentucky Fried Chicken. I'm sorry.
You shouldn't, it's gross.
Dear Madam, I acknowledge the receipt of your letter in which you demand the body of your deceased husband. I am, however, sorry to inform you that I cannot agree to return his body to you. At the moment of his internment, you signed a discharge allowing me to dispose of his body as I see fit. I extend my deepest condolences to you, some asshole.
Yeah, Thomas Fuller. Basically, he is going to keep experimenting on him because he's basically the reanimator,
Yeah. It's kind of a
which is
terrible
a
person.
crazy
The
story.
day
man.
the Shambler came into the Sanders'
It's a
lives.
massive painting.
Look at the fucking, just, oh man, the looks on all their faces is great.
You know what's weird actually now, because you showed me an earlier thing, earlier on, is remember that time we saw that super weird ghost thing?
Yeah.
Suddenly, it kind of looks like the Shambler painting.
Yeah.
A little bit. You'll have to pull that up and actually like show a really crappy thing. It was further back. I can't remember
Francis
what episode it was.
Sanders
We got
and
like
Sarah Hawkins were
bonkers
close.
scared. It was episode
Friends,
4, as I'm
even?
being told here by our producer. It just scared the crap out of us too.
Yep. I mean, you can hear it in the video. You
A
know.
house of artists.
So, yeah,
A
you'll
house of artists.
Have to put up like a really cruddy thing, and it's only there for it was only there for 10 frames.
We counted.
We counted it, and it was pretty bonkers. Ooh, investigation.
Sanders' accession register. He wrote beside the Shambler. Finally.
Huh.
What did Sarah Hawkins fear so much that she didn't want to sell the painting?
That it was going to drive.
That it was going to
people.
come to life and murder everybody.
We're missing something still.
Yeah.
A house of
Is
artists.
it that one?
And maybe gotta look low again.
Yeah, it was parts of this section I definitely got a little spoiled for me. Like, I looked up at chunks of it, and I couldn't help but watch, but I tried my best to ignore as the game was played like 2 feet from me.
What are we missing?
That.
He finally won.
This huge thing.
Was Sanders aware of his imminent doom?
I like how it's kind of.
It's a freaky painting, but what's funny is actually most of the paintings, if I could find like reconstruction. Whoa, look at that one.
The
Hold
kid.
on. No, yeah, look at it. Look how creepy it is.
The background.
The
too.
background's super weird,
The
and it looks like
blood.
she's crying mascara or bleeding. God, that's creepy. I wonder if that's just because it's this thing or we're in this version or whatever.
I don't know. Remind me to look in a couple minutes.
Yeah. So, examine the Shambler is what it says now.
Well, that's what it's been saying the whole time. It's our main objective. We're missing.
Look at the people that just appeared.
That's because of the thing we just did.
I mean, move closer to them. That's what I meant.
She first refused to sell the painting.
That's what I meant.
How did that make her feel? Was she jealous of Sarah Hawkins?
Probably. Sarah Hawkins is kind of hot and talented.
Ooh. Oh.
Ooh, and occultism. Ah! Yeah, it's
The Shambler. I need to see it.
No.
Yeah. So yeah, go look at the... Oh yeah, no, that painting is still just as freaking creepy.
Very nice frame, though.
It is a very nice frame.
So we just have free reign of our house now?
I guess we do.
I'm just gonna look at our stuff.
There is a lot of stuff to look at in here. There's like a lot of freaky deaky shit in this guy's house. Like, it's weird that on this tiny ass island there's this massive mansion full of a bunch of occult shit. Oh, and talking to another member of our band of brothers here. Apparently the only way to get some of the stuff is you need your occultism at like rank 10, and the only way to do that is you have to dump all of your character creation points into occultism right at the start of the game. So
Yeah,
like you instantly have to play this game like 2 or 3 times to get some of the endings. Nicole got 2 of the endings because she was able to
see
just
what this cylinder
reload,
has to say.
like
Once it's
reload the
inserted in
game
a
and
phonograph.
basically play the ending but choose a different thing.
Oh, cool. We found a voice log or whatever.
No, I know. I'm basically just ignoring you. I'm just sandbagging the game now. What's around the corner?
I don't know. I'm
Door checking.
Yeah.
Just checking doors.
Well, okay. So all these doors were closed to start with, in case that happens again.
Okay.
That's not so bad. I mean,
But yeah, but going back, like, there's a chunk of these paintings, all the creepy, like, Lovecraftian ones, I'd super buy, and I'd hang up. Like, the Shambler one, the guy of the freaky, the fish dude.
I could use one of those.
Ooh. Sleeping pill.
we took him too.
Yeah, apparently that's one of the achievements is finding, like, all the blue bottles.
I'm sure we failed already.
The Whale and the God, A Brief History, Darkwater Island by Erwin Greenmouth. It's further away. You had it at an angle. I'm further away from the screen than you are.
We also got an achievement, Jack of all trades.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. Maybe because it popped up as a Steam achievement.
A strange
yeah.
Amerindian pendant.
Amerindian. That's a super weird... I get it. It's American Indian, but it's a
Ooh,
super
occultism.
weird word.
I'm just ignoring Cat
Strange.
in the corner.
For
You're
months,
just ruffling through
Sarah
things.
Hawkins
This cat's like
refused
staring at
to
another
part with her
painting, and none of us really care.
To finally give it away for nothing.
Dear Francis, I beg you to give up all hope on ever owning this accursed painting. If our friendship has any meaning to you, please spare me the weight of guilt. I cannot be the architect of your fall. I beg you, my dear friend, forget the Shambler. Your friend, Sarah Hawkins.
Huh. Yeah, that is actually probably a real friendly thing to say.
Yeah.
I thought that was
An
a cell
old
phone for a
diary.
second. I don't
Diary
know
of
why.
a Pastor's Wife, Volume 3. This volume spends some time in the Reverend Wickwood's community. His wife expresses her worried about the strange dreams that the Reverend's congregation are having since their arrival on the island. Some members of the community, her husband including, began to speak of their visions as a message sent by God. She is scared that they will suffer the same fate as the lost tribe.
Man, we're just picking up stuff. How's our bag?
Man, your neighbors are just like having a fuck party upstairs. Nice.
Just forced it open.
Got a key. Well, screw her. Oh, that's for the Sanders Gallery.
Oh, she probably would have just let me have it.
What? Oh. Oh.
Dissertation on an
Anatomical question.
I don't think we need to read this one.
Nah,
It's just a skill book.
it's just a skill book.
Oh gosh.
Ooh. Would you read the book?
Fuck
Oh.
yeah.
Go for it. I know what it is. It's Malus Bistarium Volume 2. It's a kind of encyclopedia of monstrous and unknown creatures. I'm beginning to believe that they exist. This is one of those books you read that changes your fate. You basically just gain more occultism. Oh, look at that. Yeah, that's a super creepy, but that's a cool painting too. I would own half these. If I could buy these as prints, I totally would do it.
Yeah, come on, Chaosium.
That's
since
twice
you own
you've
the
stepped on
IP.
my toes, Detective. Try not to make a habit of it.
Okay,
I've got a
in the
lot
face.
of bad habits.
Some can be more fatal than others.
It looks like she's
What
a
have you
bald
come looking
spot.
for in this gallery?
Yeah,
Get her part.
it's like the way it's rendering.
I've got to verify the paintings for a buyer. That's a lie.
I mean,
It's none of your business that they're painting by Sarah Hawkins. Screw it. Let's just tell her the truth. Let's stop trying to, like...
Another painting by Sarah Hawkins. One connected to the horrors I've discovered on this island.
What a surprise. I'm listening.
she liked that?
And you... What are you doing here?
And you? What brings you to the Sanders home?
If you're going to ask, you better
I'm here
tell.
on business. Irene asked me to liquidate all these paintings.
It's a good thing we didn't try
She
and
doesn't
lie.
intend to hang around here for long.
Smart
Why
man.
you?
Believe it or not, there aren't many collectors on Darkwater. It needs someone with a network and a means of transport to the mainland. A choice that comes down to Fitzroy and me. And I'm far more pleasant, wouldn't you say?
More pleasant to look at.
Not now, sweetheart. I'd like to read this without some snoop looking over my shoulder.
I've already read everything over there.
All that crap's useless to me.
Yeah, my neighbor's just going nuts.
Yeah, I don't know what they're just raffle stamping up there. Yeah, see, there's a ton of freaky deaky stuff.
Just take it all in real quick. Ooh. Oh, it's just a hidey.
It's a
hole.
hidey hole, which
Yep.
tells you, boss fights. All that tells me is that you will at some point have a boss fight in this room.
Well, might as well look at everything just real quick. Not going to spend too long.
Freaky ass dagger.
These artifacts date from pre-Columbian times.
Ooh.
I'm not even exactly.
Look at it's a lot of look at some of the busts and stuff. The busts are
Oh yeah, I'm just going around.
It busts like a freaky fish.
It's like straight out of Skyrim.
Yeah, that looks like that straight out of Skyrim. That's a real fish thing. Like, where did these come from, and how did he get them?
These
in
are
here?
obviously from Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull.
Yeah,
Coins. I want them. I have a thing for
there's
coins.
another weird island. There's just looks Roman almost. Here's another one of those little priestess things that got a Cthulhu face on it.
Looks like a little babby.
Yeah, and a babby. I mean, even the Church of Satan, the statue the
damn.
statue of Set's holding children. Speaking of that, that's what's super funny. The Sabrina, yeah, it's just right there. There's some free. Oh, I didn't know that stuff was on the ceiling.
Yeah.
Look at the freaking ceiling. Oh my goodness. It's like,
Eee.
but oh yeah, I'd so own some of this
The
stuff.
public entrance to the gallery.
But so the new Sabrina the Teenage Witch on Netflix is actively being sued by the Church of Satan because one of the main things that has to do with the plot is this big weird. If our viewers, the 4 of you that watch this, if you've watched Sabrina the Teenage Witch, there is there's like a weird, like, it looks like a goat. It looks like a statue of Satan. And it's like apparently a main plot point of the whole show. Well, it looks like a statue of Satan because it actually is a statue of Satan, and it's actually on top of the main church, the main temple of Satan. It's like the Church of Set.
Why was he so interested in
But-
old weapons?
They're being sued because it's a copyrighted form of art, and they didn't ask permission to use it in their TV show. So they're being sued about it.
The
'cause it's-
man transformed an entire wing of his manor into an art gallery.
I mean, I would too. I like how he has a bigger version of the same mask.
Yeah, that he has everywhere.
But
Also, we
I
got-
always thought that was super funny that like the Church of Satanism is suing the people that made Sabrina. I didn't really feel like watching it because I don't know. My Sabrina the Teenage Witch is adorable and has like a talking cat,
And it's a cartoon.
and it's like or a cartoon. I don't really like the cartoon. I'm talking like Sabrina the Teenage Witch, like the original show. I liked that, so I'm used to the whole stupid thing. But it's like it's by the same people that made the it was a different show. It was like a darker version of Archie, Riverdale. It's like a dark version of Archie. And I get it. Sometimes you want like a dark reimagining thing. I mean, if that's your, doohickey or whatever the crap, go for it. But I don't really want that. I never really care.
Okay. Now to plot.
That's the plot. We've looked at everything.
Is this
Almost.
dagger part of Sanders' collection, or was he seeking to acquire it?
Oh, where's that dagger? Let's go find the dagger.
It's the twin-bladed one.
That looks like it's like a webby web thing. Or weavy. God, webby web. Webby web? Where the... Oh my god. He has a bunch of these fucking things.
These artifacts date
not
from
that
pre-Columbian times.
We get it. Thanks, detective. It's not that one.
Nope.
It's not that one.
Well, it's not easy to see from a distance, Mom.
Oh, I know. You have a run button, remember? I think it's one of the triggers.
Honestly,
It's not that one.
Yeah,
It's not that one.
I didn't remember, to be honest.
It's not that one.
Nope.
Not that one. Is it that one, possibly?
No, there's no prompt. There's a prompt here.
Why was he so
It's that one.
interested in old weapons?
Okay, so I guess remember?
It's in the
That's
back,
special. That's special for some reason. So let's just remember that. So,
No other clues.
let's look at the Shambler.
We're gonna get like
It's legit. That is a cool painting. It is a cool painting. And it looks like that weird ghost we saw. Of course. Boss fight. Not really, because it's a Call of Cthulhu game.
Don't fall into it.
Yeah, it's the worst thing you want to do. Yeah, back up towards the painting. Our first, like, legit monster that we see. It's a freaky good one. Like, it's a solid monster. Oh, it clicks its teeth. God, that's so freaky.
I'm probably gonna fail this a lot because I have no idea what to do. I'm not really good at stealth.
Well, we can fail a few times, and then I can just tell you what to do. It's so freaky. They did that teeth click thing. They did that in freaking World War Z, where they would click their teeth at people. Just, ugh.
What the hell was that?
Yeah, it makes you go bonkers.
I assume I have to be still.
I don't know how you have to do this. Remember, you do have kind of a run ability. Oh yeah, you can hide. Oh, apparently you freak out, because again, I looked at this stuff. You're freaking out because you're actually claustrophobic, and this does lower your sanity. Like, nope, he's right there in that room. You're so dead. You're so dead. Yup. Just gonna slap you around a little bit. Oh, he screams at you. Alright, so, do you wanna...
We'll try one more time.
You wanna try one more time? Alright. You can hold the skip.
Yeah,
Alright, so...
What the hell was
is
that?
it as simple as walking out, I wonder?
Again, I'm gonna let you flounder a bit, because this is actually the section I helped Nicole with, because when she played it for like 20 something minutes and could not, and just died over and over and over again. And yeah, when they catch you like that, he just fully stabs you. Do you wanna call that for now? We can call that for. You wanna give one more try?
We'll do one more
try. One more try. All right, one more try.
Nice try.
I'm giving you one more try, then we're gonna stop. Yeah, she tried this for about 20-ish minutes. I'm like, okay, I think I know what to do, because she kind of figured it out. So I just kind of was running around and like it was like Dark Souls. She got pissed off and handed me the controller instead. I'm like, okay, I'll play. Because you know what you do. You get frustrated in the video game, then you start making stupid mistakes because you're angry and you want to get through sections faster. Oh, those ones are different. I got like
Damn. This dagger looks different.
well, yeah, they all look different. Of course. Oh, you gonna solve it? You solved the puzzle. Yeah, this took a while. A super funny fact. When going through it, either she didn't tell me or I didn't see her pick it up, but we didn't actually see that clue of the dagger. So, But yeah, I didn't see the dagger clue, so I didn't know which one to grab. So for about 5 minutes, I would run to a dagger, grab it, stab it, and you just get knocked back, and I had to keep going around in circles. It was super funny. It took me about 10 minutes to do this. I can't believe I didn't get caught.
What's the matter with you?
Your Chivo unlocked. That sweet, sweet Chivo.
You sure you won't be needing that hand? You're losing it, Detective. At this rate, you're right. The bottle will get you before I do.
You didn't say anything.
I saw you within an inch of putting a dagger through your forearm. Did I miss something more interesting?
Like, super interesting.